All right, 2.1, solving equations. Let's start with number 1. So k minus 4 equals 12. We want to isolate k, get k by itself. So I have to move the 4. So we have to do the opposite of whatever operation is the 4. So this is minus 4, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So it cancels. K is equal 12 plus 4. In this case is 16. All right. 2/3, number 2, 2/3 k equals 6. All right, so this is typed kind of funny. So understand that this is what it's saying. 2/3 k equals 16. So anytime you have multiplication, what you're going to do is use division, right, to undo multiplication. So instincts tell us we can divide both sides by 2/3, which is true, we can. However, when it's a fraction, then what we can do is multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which is the same as dividing by 2/3. So what I'm saying is the reciprocal, so we just flip it, right? 3/2, both sides. On the left, the 2/3 is going to cancel, leaving behind just k. So k is equal to 6 times 3/2. All whole numbers are over 1. So this is top times top, bottom times bottom. So 6 times 3, which is 18. 1 times 2, which is 2. All right, 18 divided by 2 is 9. So k is equal to 9. K is equal to 9. All right, number 3. We're going to 7 plus 3y is equal to 4. So minus 7, right? Doing the opposite, getting. So you can't just divide by 3 right now. That's the next step. You have to get the y term by itself, and then divide by the coefficient, the number in front. So 3y, 4 minus 7, right? 4 take away 7 is negative 3. Divide both sides by 3. Y is equal to negative 1. So don't forget about the negative. Negative 1. All right, number 4. 4x minus 11 equals negative 19. I'm going to add 11 to both sides. Cancels. 4x is equal to negative 8. Divide both sides by 4. Eight divided by 4 is 2, so negative 2. X is equal to negative 2. All right, number 5. So this is very similar to 2. So we're going to have to multiply by the reciprocal, right? 5/3. But not at first, right? We have to get the x term by itself. So I have to subtract 2 from both sides. All right. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by 5/3. Negative 5/3, right? Like you flip it and you keep the sign. So negative 5/3. On the left, cancels. So x is equal to, again, over 1. Top times top is 15. And then bottom times bottom, 1 times 3 is 3. But it's a negative, 1's negative, so a positive times a negative is negative. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So x is equal to negative 5. All right, number 6. 4x plus 3 equals 2x plus 19. So I'll move all my x's to one side. and all my non-x's to the other side. Doesn't matter which one we move first. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. I'm also going to subtract 3 from both sides. Right, doing the opposite, taking all my x's one direction, all my non-x's to the other direction. So here we have cancels. So 4x minus 2 is 2x. 19 minus 3, 16. Divide both sides by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. X is equal to 8. Number 7. 3x plus 4 is equal to negative 21 plus 8x. Okay, just like the last problem. X's go one direction, numbers go the other direction. So I'm going to do this one slightly slower just so you can see. I guess I should have did the last one slower. So minus 3x minus 3x. Cancels. So 4 is equal to negative 21. 8 minus 3 is 5x. Now I'm going to move the negative 21 the other direction by adding 21. Right, so I move my x's one way and the non-x's, right, the constants, to the other side. The other way. Like, I wouldn't put everything on one side of the equation, right? It's got to be balanced. X is on one side, non-x is on the other. So 4 plus 21 is 25 is equal to 5x. Divide both sides by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So x is equal to 5. All right, number 8. So again, x's go one way and numbers go the other. So you always want to move it in such a way that your x is positive, right? In most cases. So I could either subtract 8 or I could subtract 5 from both sides. You got to think, if I subtract 8 from both sides, 5 minus 8 is negative 3. Well, I don't want that. Not that I can't handle that, but I'd rather not deal with negative terms if I don't have to. So that's why you kind of like look ahead. So negative 5x or minus 5x cancels. 8 minus 5 is 3. Minus 4 equals 29. Add 4 to both sides. Cancels. 3x is equal to 33. Divide by 3, divide by 3. 33 divided by 3 is 11. So x is equal to 11. All right, number 9. 7x minus 6, 11x is equal to 11x plus 14. Okay. Do I subtract 7 or do I subtract 11? Well, I want a positive number, so I'm going to always move the smaller one. So cancels. 11 minus 7. 4. Plus 14. Now I'm going to subtract 14. All right, negative 6 minus 14. So you got to, whenever you're subtracting negative numbers, you always got to think of it like a number line, right? If this is negative 6 and I'm subtracting, that means I'm going this way. I'm going towards negative infinity, right? This negative numbers are to the left, positive numbers are to the right. If I'm subtracting, I'm going left. So I've got to go left 14 times, right? So I'm getting even bigger to the left. So this is going to be negative 20 all in all, right? It's going to be negative 20. Equals 4x. Divide both sides by 4. We see that 20 divided by 4 is 5. So x is equal to negative 5. Okay. Switched it up a little bit. We got some z's. Number 10. 3z plus 7 plus 9z equals negative 29. So here, remember, we got to put all the variables to one side. Well, here the variables are on the same side. So I don't need to do the opposite. We're just combining as usual, right? They're already on the same side. So 3z plus 9z is 12z. Plus 7 is equal to negative 29. All right, so here's a little personal note. When you're dealing with z's, I always strike my z's with the little line in the middle. It kind of helps out in the future because 2's and z's kind of look alike. So I always strike my z's. All right. minus 7 cancels. Remember, negative 29 minus 7. So we're getting smaller, right, because we're subtracting. So the number is negative, is getting even bigger. So this is going to be negative 36. Right, we were at negative 29. We're taking away another 7. Right, taking away is to the left on a number line. So divide both sides by 12. 36 divided by 12 is 3. So z is equal to 3. All right, number 11. 4n plus 12 minus 8n equals 8. 4 and 8 are on the same side. So we're just combining. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Plus 12 is equal to 8. All right, moving the 12. Minus 12 cancels. Negative 4n equals 8 minus 12. So 8 take away 12 is going to be negative 4. Which when we solve for n, divide both sides by negative 4. Left cancels. Negative divided by negative is a positive. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So n is equal to positive 1. All right, 12. We have 4x plus 6 plus 8x is equal to 6x minus 12. All right. I'm going to combine the 4 and the 8 first because they're on the same side. So 8 plus 4 is 12. 12x plus 6 is equal to 6x minus 12. All right. I'm going to subtract 6x, right? I'm moving the smaller one. I'm subtracting the smaller one. So 12 minus 6 is 6x plus 6 equals negative 12. Getting x term by itself, subtracting 6 from both sides, cancels on the left. 6x is equal to negative 12 minus 6. This is negative 18. Divide both sides by 6. Cancels. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So x is equal to negative 3. Is that it for the front? It is. All right, to the back. 13. So here on all these, we have the distributive property, right? We're going to have to distribute. So 4 times 3. So this is multiplication, right? This 4 has to multiply to everything in the parentheses. 4 times 3 is 12m. 4 times 2 is 8. And then equals 32. And we're right back at essentially like the first couple problems we did. We just had to distribute first. So getting the m term by itself, I'm moving the constant. So 8 cancels. 12m is equal to 32 minus 8, 24. Divide both sides by 12. 24 divided by 12 is 2. Cancels on the left. So m is equal to 2. All right, 14. 3 times x plus 1 equals 2x plus 7. So on the left, we're going to distribute. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 1, positive 3, equals 2x plus 7. Okay, I'm moving the smaller one, so subtract 2x from both sides. So x plus 3 is equal to 7. Getting the x term by itself, I'm subtracting 3. So 7 minus 3 is 4. X is equal to 4. $15. Okay, we're going to distribute twice on both sides. So 3 times x plus 2 is equal to 2 times x plus 4. Distribute. 3 times x is 3x. Plus 6 is equal to, again, 2 times x. Two times 8 is 16. I'll subtract 2x. Right, always move the smaller one. Always subtract the smaller one. Cancels on the right. 3 minus 2 is just x. Plus 6 is equal to 16. Getting the x term by itself, I'm subtracting 6 from both sides. So cancels on the left. X is going to be equal to 16 minus 6, 10. X is equal to 10. All right, 16. Here we have the distributive property on both sides. So distributing the 3, we get 3x plus 12. Right, 3 times 4. And then distributing the 2, positive 2. 2 times x, 2x. 2 times negative 3. Positive times the negative is negative. 2 times 3 is 6. Equals 36. Okay, left-hand side of the equal sign. We're combining all the things that are alike. So the x's are alike, so I'm combining them because they're on the same side. So 3 plus 2, 5x. 12 minus 6 is positive 6, right? 12 minus 6 is 6. Equals 36 on the right. Minus 6 cancels. 5x is equal to 36 minus 6, which is 30. Solving for x, we divide both sides by 5. So cancels on the left. 30 divided by 5 is 6. Therefore, x is equal to 6. $17. We're going to distribute 5 times 2x, 10x. 5 times negative 4, negative 20. Equals, distributing on the right, 4 times 3 is 12x. 4 times negative 10 is negative 40. Moving all the x's one way, so I'm going to move the smaller one. So minus 10x, minus 10x cancels. So negative 20 is equal to 12 minus 10, which is 2. Minus 40. I'm going to add 40 to both sides because I want the x term to be by itself. Cancels on the right. 2x is equal to, so negative 20 plus 40. It's going to be positive 20. Isolating x, we divide both sides by 2. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. Therefore, x is equal to 10. $18. All right, distributing the 2. So 2 times 2x. This is 4x. 2 times 3, 6. Plus 6. All right, check it out. Negative 3 times x, right? You have to distribute coefficient that's in front. It is 3, but you have to pay attention that it's -3, right? -3 times, right? This is all -3. -3 times x is -3x. -3 times -4. Negative times a negative is a positive. So positive 3 times 4, which is 12, equals 88. All right, combining on the left, 4 minus 3 is just 1, right? 4x minus 3x, 1x. 6 plus 12, 18, is equal to 88. Subtracting 18 from both sides, x is equal to 70. Okay, what do we got? All right, number 19. Solve for x. Okay. I mean, it's multiple choice. We could just start plugging in values. That's a way. But let's just stick to what we've been doing, right? Let's distribute the 2. So 2x plus 10 times 2 is 20. Distribute the -5. So -5 times 2x is -10x. -5 times -2. Negative times negative is a positive. So plus 5 times 2, which is 10, is equal to, okay, so we have a third one. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times -2 is -12. Okay, on the left-hand side, we can combine the things that are alike. So 2 minus 10 is -8. 20 times 10, or 20 plus 10, plus 30 is equal to 6x minus 12. All right, putting all the x's to one side. So now, think about this for a minute. I always said to move the smaller one. So if I move -6, I'm going to have to -6 on this side, which is going to make this more negative. So personally, I'm going to add 8x to both sides. That's going to get rid that's going to get rid of the negative on the left. So 30 is equal to 8 plus 6. 14x minus 12. We're getting the x term by itself. We're adding 12 to both sides. So this is going to be 42 is equal to 14. So dividing both sides by 14. Cancels on the right. So what do you think? I think 14 times 2 is 28. And then 3, right? 14 times 3. So it's definitely not 2, right? Because 14, this is 14 times something equals 42. So normally you would have a calculator, but I don't have one at this moment. So we're canceling out 2. 2 can't be it. I'm just making sure 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. So yeah, 42. So it's going to be 3. Positive 3. Positive 3. It's kind of interesting. All right, number 20. So here's a little critical thinking. Okay, which of the equations below represent the second step of the solution process? So let's look at step 1. So in step 1, we see the problem. 6 times x plus 2 minus 4 equals -10. So me personally, I like to distribute. So this would be 6x plus 6 times 2, which is 12, minus 4 equals -10. So let's see, is that one of our options? 6x plus 12 minus 4 equals negative 10. So F yeah. All right. And then don't worry about the boxes at the bottom. All right. So there we have it. Hopefully this helps someone out. Catch you guys in the next video.